The first time I saw Karen's beat-up blue SUV hogging my driveway, I figured it was a one-off. Maybe she was just VYing a rough morning, you know? But when that same SUV kept showing up day after day, tires practically staking a claim on my concrete, I knew this wasn't a mistake. This was war. Karen, the self-crowned queen of the Pinewood Estates HOA, had decided my driveway was her personal parking spot, and I was about to become her least favorite neighbor. It started small, just the nose of her SUV creeping over the property line, barely enough to raise an eyebrow. I'm not one to sweat the small stuff, so I shrugged it off, thinking she'd take the hint when I parked my sedan a little closer to the edge. Big mistake. By the second week, her SUV was sprawled across half my driveway every morning from 7 to 11, like she'd set an alarm for it. HOA business, she'd holler from her window, sunglasses perched low, flashing a grin that screamed, "Go ahead, try me." Karen, it's my driveway, not your command center. My Amazon packages got rerouted, my brother had to park 3 streets over, and the garbage truck? It just gave up, Leah VYing my bins, overflowing like a dump. I tried playing nice. Baked a batch of my grandma's oatmeal raisin cookies, still warm, and knocked on her door. She barely glanced at them before saying, "If you cared about this neighborhood, I wouldn't have to park here." Then she slammed the door in my face. Karen wasn't just parking, she was flexing. She cruised through Pinewood Estates, jazz music blaring, glaring at kids on bikes, tisking at Mrs. Harper's rose bushes. She once tried to outlaw gaudy Christmas lights because, apparently, holiday cheer was a felony. But my driveway? That was her obsession. She started Leah VYing notes on my windshield, fake HOA citations on letterhead with a tacky pine tree logo. Violation, driveway misuse. One read, demanding Dula 25 in red ink. Misuse? It's my house. My Ring camera caught her sneaking up at dawn to tape those notes, darting glances like she was in a heist flick. My neighbor Tom, who'd been fined for his too reflective mailbox, just chuckled. "She's been unhinged since she got that HOA throne," he said. "Welcome to the club." I tried talking sense into her, but Karen had a gift for spinning things. "Your driveway's too in VY Ting," she said like I'd paved a VIP lot. "In VY Ting? It's concrete, not a spa." She upped the ante, bringing her pal Cindy, who had a perm and a smirk that oozed trouble. They'd sit in my driveway, sipping iced coffees, pointing at my house like it was a code violation. I overheard Karen mutter, "He's not HOA material, too selfish." Selfish? I pay my dues, mow my lawn, and keep my dog from digging up her azaleas. I filed a complaint with the HOA, but guess what? Karen saw the HOA. Her reply was an email saying my lack of community spirit was noted and I should attend her Harmony workshop. Hard pass. That's when I got serious. I dug into city ordinances, HOA bylaws, anything I could find. Tucked away in the municipal code was my golden ticket. Ordinance August 22nd, 53, obstruction of private access. If a vehicle blocks your driveway for over 48 hours in a month, you can request a tow zone. Game on. I turned into a one-man detective agency. Logged every time her SUV showed up, snapped photos, recorded VY Deos. My Ring camera was my MVP, catching her license plate practically taunting me. Tom signed a witness statement, and Mrs. Harper, still fuming about her rose bushes, jumped in too. I marched into City Hall with a folder thick enough to star in a legal thriller. The clerk took one look and said, "You the driveway guy, huh? Karen's been emailing us about rogue lawn gnomes for weeks." They were over her too. My tow zone was approved faster than you can say justice. Monday morning, I planted 2 neon orange signs, city stamped, glowing like vengeance. Tow zone, no parking. I sat on my porch, coffee in hand, waiting. At 7:06 a.m., her SUV rolled in, clueless. I called the tow company, and Jake, a driver built like a linebacker, had her SUV hooked up in minutes. Karen came sprinting out, yoga pants flapping, shrieking, "I'm the HOA president. You can't do this." Jake handed her a copy of the ordinance and said, "Lady, you're parked in Neverland now." Her SUV vanished down the street, and I swear my driveway exhaled. You'd think that'd stop her, but Karen was relentless. Next day, Her SUV was back, parked an inch outside the zone. I moved the signs. Tow 2. Day 3. She tried a rental sedan, thinking she was clever. I sent the plates to Jake. Tow 3. By tow 5, she was unraveling, standing in my yard, while VYing her clipboard like a battle flag. "You think you're smart?" she yelled. "The HOA's got my back." I leaned out my window and said, "Karen, the only thing backing you is a due la 700-pound bill." Tom, watering his lawn, nearly flooded his sneakers laughing. Then came the bombshell. Tom pulled me aside one evening, looking like he'd cracked a conspiracy. "Word is, Karen's been dipping into HOA funds for her patrol's gas, coffee, even that stupid clipboard." I requested the financials, and there it was, hundreds in neighborhood improvement charges, all signed by Karen. Dula 124 supplies. Dula 250 for operations. Operations? She was bankrolling her driveway crusade with SAR/SOM money. I sent the record to the city's HOA oversight board, along with my tow zone, EVY Denke, and a timeline of her antics. Karen didn't go down quietly. She launched a smear campaign, plastering flyers on mailboxes claiming my tow zone was oppression. She even made a PowerPoint for the HOA meeting titled The Driveway Conspiracy, with grainy screenshots of my ring footage and wild claims I was bribing the city. The room was dead silent, except for Mrs. Harper muttering, "This is why I knit." But I was ready. At a special meeting, after 35 neighbors signed my petition for a leadership re-VYEW, I plugged in my laptop and let it fly. Ring footage of her SUV, her sneaky citations, her meltdown with Jake. Then the financials, line by line, exposing her coffee-fueled scam. The crowd gasped. Mrs. Harper stood up, voice shaking. "You fine me for my rose bushes, Karen, but you're stealing our money for your latte runs." Even Cindy, her sidekick, sank low in her chair. Mr. Larson, the treasurer, called for a vote to suspend Karen. It was unanimous. She stormed out, clutching her clipboard, muttering about lawsuits. The city later confirmed she'd siphoned Dula 4,100 in HOA funds. Her presidency was done, her fines canceled, and her SUV still rotting in the impound, racking up fees she refused to pay. The neighborhood threw a block party driveway liberation day. Burgers sizzled, kids drew chalk art, and Tom's awful playlist looped all night. My driveway was clear, my mailbox free of her notes. Karen moved away soon after. Her house sold to a couple who planted sunflowers and never mentioned the HOA. But here's the twist. I heard Karen's in a new suburb, maybe starting fresh, maybe plotting her next takeover. Did she learn her lesson? Or is she out there, clipboard in hand, ready to terrorize another driveway? I don't know. Part of me hopes she's sipping her coffee, rethinking her life. Part of me knows she's probably not. Either way, I'm parking in my driveway, and it feels like a win. So what do you think? Was I right to tow Karen's car and to obli VY on, or did I go too far? Should I have tried harder to talk it out, or was she asking for it? Have you ever faced an HOA tyrant like this? Drop a comment, and spill your story. Where are you watching from? Hit that like button if you're Team Tow, subscribe if you're ready for more driveway rebels, and share this with anyone who's fought for their own slice of concrete. Let's hear it.